Hello and welcome to Cucina Pazzo. Tonight we have a real treat. We're going to make chicken and waffles. And guess what? I'm going to make them low carb. That's right. I know you're wondering how I'm going to make breaded chicken low carb and waffles low carb. But there is a way to do it. There's a way to do this healthy and to cut your carbs. I'm also going to cut a little bit of the fat, and I'm going to show you guys some products that I'm going to use. So like for example, if you wanted to put syrup on this, there's many different kinds of sugar-free syrup alternatives. These ones here are my favorite. So this is regular, this is cinnamon. These guys, Lakanto does such a great job. I'm not being paid by these guys, I just love their products. So as I'm trying to cut the fat, I'm using Myokos oat milk butter. They sell these in the sticks as well. Half the fat of butter. You can use butter. If you're eating keto, by all means, eat that. But we're going to start with the chicken. So here I have half of a pack of chicken. It's got about 6 of them. These are, I think they're organic. Never any added hormones to them, cage-free. So it's a good chicken. So I'm going to pan you down here to show you how I'm going to start these chickens. So in this side, I have 1 egg, and we have 1/2 cup of Parmesan, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. So if you guys know me, you'll know I just love using paprika and smoked paprika. This will lend to the color so that it will look like breading. It will taste like breading. And over here we have 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, which we may not use all the coconut flour, probably use all the eggs and everything, but let's get started with this. Sometimes I even pound the chicken tenders even a little flatter, but I'm not going to do that this time, just because of the appearance that I want them. We're going to start with the dry ingredients so that I don't have to dirty a bunch of forks and make a huge mess. So you want your oven to be at 400 degrees, actually 425. I have a convection oven, so I am a little spoiled when it comes to cooking. I love cooking. So this is just kind of a fun dish. I mean, I could very well make chicken tenders for just about anything. If I wanted to do a chicken parmesan or some chicken for my salad or something, yeah, once in a while I eat salad. So when you're eating low carb, you also need to have fiber. So coconut is fiber. So almonds have fiber. So I'll get to the recipe with the waffles after I get these ones trayed up. All right, so we've got that nice and mixed. This is just Parmesan, just smoked paprika. No salt, no pepper, not putting any of those in there. The Parmesan is salty enough. So the egg, we're gonna give this a little bit of a scramble. I probably should have scrambled it first before I put it in here. And just because I don't think I'm gonna have enough egg in there, I don't want to add more eggs, so I'm going to put a little bit of, this is cashew milk. I don't know if you can see, this is by Silk, but you could add almond milk, you could add regular milk, you could add cream, still make it low carb. So again, cutting the fat, trying to be a little bit healthier. So that was probably about maybe a tablespoon and a half. All right, we've got that a good consistency there. So that over to the side. So take our chicken tenders, pop those in there. So the coconut flour that I'm using here, 2 tablespoons equals about a cup of breadcrumbs. So it absorbs a tremendous amount. So you want to be kind of quick as you're putting these on there. I give that a shake off and put that on the pan right here. So let me show you real quick the eggs that I use. I love the Happy Valley Egg Company. I love the color of their yolks. They're dark yellow. They're delicious. It's really, really good eggs. I like using really good quality on everything. So into the mixture, into the flour. Spoon these back on. So just giving them a little dredge in there is all we're doing, putting them on the parchment. These are going to take about probably 6 or 7 minutes to cook. All right, getting there. Okay, you can kind of see that we're not going to have enough coconut flour, so we'll just add a little bit more. Coconut flour isn't really going to add to the total number of calories to this dish. It'll add the fiber that you're really looking for to balance everything out. So, all right, let's take these like so. You know, I just dropped a whole bunch in there. I just don't want them to overflow in there. All right. You could even do this shake and bake style if you had some bags. You could separate the bags. All right. Like so. Looks like we're going to have just enough egg mixture in there. Leave that there. And again, the coconut will absorb so much. I mean, it is just incredible. I use it as a substitute wherever I can find a recipe for breadcrumbs. Let's dredge that a little bit better in there. And again, it doesn't need garlic. It doesn't need pepper, extra salt, or anything like that. You could always add that on afterwards after you try it. All right. So these are on the tray. They're going to go in the oven for probably 7 to 8 minutes, and we're going to get started right away on making waffles. All right. So I've got a quick wash on my hands. These are going in the oven. So one trick for making waffles, or I'm sorry, excuse me, making chicken, use a thermometer. So chicken is done at 165. If you're in food service, chicken is done at 170. So, but it is really done at 165. So you want a good temperature on that. Get a good thermometer, something that you can rely on, that you can check and see what the actual temperature is. So we're going to get this cleared out of the way. It's there. Garbage. All right, so we're going to start on the waffle mix. Let's wipe up our mess here real quick. Okay. So waffles. So we start out with 1 egg in here. You know what I just forgot to do? I forgot to turn on my waffle iron. So this is the waffle iron that I use. So this recipe I'm making will make 2 of these waffles. It's very, very cool. So we're going to set this here where you can see it. And plug it in. Right there. Okay. All right, so this is a Dash Mini waffle maker. So again, we'll go back to start out with some scrambled eggs. Okay, we want 2 tablespoons of milk, or you could put some sour cream in here even. 1, 2. So you notice I did not measure that. Okay. All right, we need 3 tablespoons of almond flour. So this is super fine almond flour. 1, 2, 3. It's a very easy recipe. They taste like regular waffles. It is just crazy. So, and then baking soda, you want about 1/4 to 1/2, somewhere in there, baking soda. So baking soda is double acting. So double acting, meaning the first time that it starts making things rise is when it gets wet. So the minute I put it into this solution, it's going to start to activate. The second time it activates is when it gets hot. So that's what baking powder's job is. All right. So that looks a little bit thin. Might have gone too heavy with the milk. So I'm going to add an extra scoop of almond flour. Okay, there we go. That's what I get for not measuring, huh? All right. We got that like so. You could add blueberries to this. You could add sugar-free chocolate chips if you're just having waffles. So this heats up actually pretty fast. This waffle maker only holds 3 tablespoons of batter in it. So it might look like it'll hold a little bit more. It holds 3. I can tell you that from experience. So I'm going to give that a shot. And that's going to go for 3 minutes. So we got 3 minutes left on our chicken over here. So I'm going to put you on pause, and then I'm going to come back and show you the next product as I get stuff a little bit cleaned up. All right, our chicken just finished. We're going to temp it. So poke that in there so you guys can see. We are looking for a minimum of 165, and we're over 165. All right, so that chicken's going to come out. Oops. And we're going to let that rest while our waffles keep cooking, and I'll be right back. All right, we are back, and I wanted to show you, this is a leftover batter. Remember I added an extra tablespoon for the waffle, so it made like a half waffle on this, but you break this open. It is the consistency of a waffle. It is the texture of a regular waffle. It tastes like a regular waffle. It is absolutely delicious. So we're gonna unplug that so it doesn't keep going. I've got some powdered monk fruit sugar. This has a little bit of erythritol in there, so not typically what I use unless I'm doing frostings or something like this, but let's give it a little dusting, like so. Let's pick our happiest chickens that we got here. So the breading on this, I mean, you can see this breading, it looks, tastes, and feels like regular breading. So we've got that. And last but not least, got to have a little bit of syrup on it. There you go, chicken and waffles.